Okay, we're starting chapter 10. I don't know why they bunched all of this together because it just makes for an insanely large chapter, but we're going to tackle this. This chapter includes cardiovascular, immune, and lymphatic systems and the blood. So, of course, there are multiple layers of information here. They all do relate to one another, so I can see why they bunched it all together. It's going to make for a big chapter. So let's get started. Um, the cardiovascular system consists of the heart, a closed network of blood vessels composed of arteries, capillaries, and veins. We touched on this a little bit in our respiratory chapter. When I say you need to know the pictures for the test, this is not the picture that you need to know. This is just way too detailed for a medical terminology class. Instead, this is the picture that I want you to know. I want you to know that the red means oxygenated blood. It comes out through the aorta. It goes down through the arteries to the arterioles and through the capillaries. The capillary is where the gas exchange occurs, oxygen and carbon dioxide, and then the oxygen diffuses out, the carbon dioxide diffuses back in. So there's like a little bridge where these kind of share the same, like oxygen is leaving while carbon dioxide is coming in. So it's really a fine balance between the two. And then once the carbon dioxide is picked up, it's considered to be venous blood, and you do need to know this. And then it goes from the venules, and then it branches into the larger veins, which will then feed back into the heart. Remember, from the heart, and we learned in our respiratory chapter, from the heart it goes to the lungs, and from the lungs it comes back into the heart and then exits this way. This is the picture I'm saying that you need to know for the quiz. All right, here are the definitions for the cardiovascular system. Just know the definitions for the quiz. I'm not going to go through each one of these. I want to tell you that the function of blood is to maintain internal balance, and it also provides transportation. The composition of blood, I put on the list of things that you have to know. I said that I want you to know the picture on page 411 in your textbook, which is the composition of blood. I want you to know that 8% of your total body weight is blood. I want you to know that water is 90% of the blood. Those types of things. Plasma is 55%. Know that picture on page 411. The lymphatic system is actually the part that is going to work as a filtering system in order to try and keep you healthy. So here you can see the lymphatic system. You have lymph nodes, and I'm sure you've heard people talk about lymph nodes. You have lymph nodes running all throughout the body. You can see that there's a large concentration here in the belly. There's a large concentration under the armpits. If you ever go to the doctor for a sore throat and they're feeling right up under here, under your jawbone, they're trying to see if you have a swollen lymph node. A swollen lymph node is going to be a sign of infection. A few more things here that I did want to touch on real quick. The 3 lines of defense from the immune system. Remember, things are going to bombard your body that are trying to get in that we don't want. So the first line of defense is going to be chemical barriers and mechanical barriers, such as our skin. Remember, we talked about the integumentary. We said that it's a barrier, and as long as the skin is intact, no bacteria can enter through the skin or any other harmful agent. Then your second line of defense, so say it made it through the first line. The second line of defense are going to be things like inflammation and fever. So if something is swollen or if you have fever, that's your body's way of trying to get rid of it. Your body also produces killer cells and phagocytes, which are things that will engulf or surround the harmful agent and try and get rid of it. And then lastly, your own body will produce these cells called T cells and B cells, and they're the things that actually produce antibodies in your body. So remember, these are the things that you need to know as well. Your combining forms. Notice we only have one prefix and just a few suffixes. So that's going to be everything for the quiz. Remember, including the picture on page 411.